Are you ready for the Low Blows Network? Every Wednesday on the Low Blows Network, the Low Blows team are at hand to break down, analyze, and make fun of all things pro wrestling. Hosted by former pro wrestler Rick Nash. I think the only reasonable thing we can do now is turn John Cena heel.
Selfie with me fucking dog.
Banned from Nigeria. I will be talking to the government tomorrow morning. YouTube star Corporate King.
This elephant has 4 legs. Joe Wrestle's 4 legs. Joseph Stalin, he had 2 more legs.
Bonesaw rips off his shirt, yeah, and it says, suck your law, big dirty tricolour.
And the Queen of Irish Wrestling, Katey Harvey.
I want one to sign. Just CM Punk.
So embarrassed. CM Punk.
It's Low Blows.
It's going to be one of those weeks where, we're kind of the news for once, and for good reason. So this weekend, because guys, that was the weekend. Shit went down, and well, all I can say is you kept that fucking quiet.
What? I don't know what you're accusing
I don't know what you're talking
me
about
of.
either. I have to be like, that weekend was, for the most part, quite possibly the most irrelevant, kind of insignificant weekend of my entire life. I don't think since the 24th of July, I don't think we've had such an insignificant set of days ever. Actually, to have an insignificant, like multiple insignificant days in a row where nothing happened of any relevance is actually quite impressive. Like, it might as well just not happened. It might. You ever play career mode on FIFA where you can just skip the days? We could, like, if I had the choice to just skip a few days, I probably would have, just because nothing happened. Just absolutely nothing happened. I mean, Rick, do you remember anything? Do you think anything happened?
There was kind of a
What's this? I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember anything happening. Nicola, do you remember anything happening? Nothing. Exactly. Absolutely nothing to remember.
I
that weekend.
had something.
yeah.
I did.
Well, that makes
How
one
was
of us.
your
I
weekend?
had a pretty good weekend.
Well, I mean, I'm sure, but I'll take your word for it because I don't remember it, basically, because it was just so irrelevant and just pointless. Pointless is really the word for it. Pointless. No point. Absolutely 0 points. And I can't wait for the next one because it's going to be better.
Do you know he's voicing my exact anxiety for the entire last week?
Keen is literally, that's what Keen's gimmick is. Does Keen even exist? He is the voice of Katey Harvey's inner anxiety. Katey, big weekend.
Yeah.
You're back?
Yeah. Came back to the wrestling.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Forgot about
What? Like, we chat like all the time, and you never thought to mention once that BT Dubs guys, I'm cleared. What?
Yeah.
What's been going on? You did a John Cena on it.
Yeah.
On the week of the WWE return to Madison Square Garden. That was the return I thought. Do you remember fucking Cena came out and we're like, it was like 2 months after a neck injury and you're like, okay, he's just a beast. Like, you kind of beasted it. What's going on? We need you to catch us up on what's been happening.
Well, like, Cena only took 3 months off for elbow surgery, so, like, I took 8 months off. So
Stop fucking slacking, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad you're finally back, you know what I mean? But, like, I forgot it happened, sorry.
No, so we're going to talk about the moment later, and it's obviously, look, the name of the show is Return of the Queen, so, you know, like, we're going to talk about this a lot. I want to kind of catch us all up on your progress, because the official word, and I understand why you did it, and like, obviously, you know, it worked when you heard that pop on Saturday night. So catch us up on what's been going on behind the scenes in terms of your recovery. How long have you known you've been cleared? Like, what's the timeline been like? How have things been for you?
So I officially got cleared in August.
Right.
So this is, you know me, I can't keep secrets.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I was
really
so surprised.
can't.
That's why I was like, how did she not tell us? Like,
Yeah, I got cleared by the hospital in August and by my physio 2 weeks ago to come back to matches. I've been training since 4 months after surgery. Which I also tried to keep quiet, which again was very hard for me. I can't keep secrets and I love social media, so this has been really, really tough.
How tough has it been, like, even, have you gone out on the piss, say, and then woken up the next morning, like, did I tweet anything shit?
I haven't been quite that bad, but like, okay, realistically when it happened, I didn't think I'd wrestle again. And then I got about 3 months in, I did my 3-month surgery checkup, and the doctor was like, everything's gone deadly. She goes, I reckon 6 months and you'll be back training.
Whoa.
So once she said that, I had like a timeline in my head, and I was like, if I'm cleared in August, Fight Factory and OTT are end of October, start of February, or start of November. Like, that's what I'll aim for. I didn't want to tell anyone in case I fell short of the timeline, so it was more for me. And like, I'm a nerd, right? I don't know if anyone bullet journals who's listening to this. Yeah, you bullet journal? Nicola bullet journals. I knew she would. Love it. Bullet journaling is a mix of to-do lists, diaries, and just like random thoughts, drawings, all that sort of stuff. So I bullet journaled my recovery, as in I made loads of little checklists of things I would try do either daily, weekly, or monthly. And I bought loads of coloured pens and I just checked everything off every day. So like my little list was like bumping, tick it off. Doing a full push-up, tick it off. And literally that's how I did it. Like, there's no magic secret. I just literally made myself a checklist and was like, okay, this week, this is what I'm going to tackle. And like touch wood, and luckily I didn't really hit any speed bumps.
Like, it's unbelievable, and you're downplaying it, and I know that's your nature as well, like, but it's an unbelievable story. Like, in January, you were legitimately told that you're done. You're not wrestling again. It's over, and you had to deal with all of that. You're going to wrestle before the year is out. That shouldn't, like, that's big. That's cool. That's a big achievement.
Yeah, like, and I was genuinely going to take a full year out. I genuinely was, but like, then stuff started happening. Like, girls started getting WWE tryouts, and like, you know, a Fight Factory started getting bigger, and like all this stuff was happening. I just felt so left out and on the sidelines, and I was like, you know what, I'll make a big push. If I make it back before a year, I'll make it back before a year. But I just didn't tell anyone because I didn't want that pressure.
It's the question, as your friend and colleague, I don't want to ask, but like, you know, people will want me to ask. Do you feel that, like, you haven't rushed this, have you? Like, you're okay, like, because we all, like, as of Saturday, you know, we all care about you and your well-being, and that's what people will be thinking here as well, hearing that, like, you're okay.
Yeah, no, like, I've taken it seriously. Like,
okay.
Like, literally every day I've worked towards recovery. Every day I've spent hours doing rehab. Like, I put out a tweet, I've done 41 physio appointments since I got hurt. Like, 41 physio appointments. That's not counting occupational therapy appointments. That's not counting hospital checkups. Jesus. That's not counting the operation, the surgery checkups. That's just going to the physio. Like, I've put hours into this, like, and it's a weird thing because everyone I've talked to has never treated 2 broken elbows, so I'm kind of the guinea pig.
Yeah.
But the hospital's cleared me, my physio's cleared me. Like, obviously Phil is okay with me training in the Fight Factory. All the guys I train with are fine with me. Joe has said I'm fine to wrestle on OTT.
Unbelievable.
So,
but look, it's baffling. Like, again, you suffered an injury that doctors hadn't seen before.
Well, they'd seen it in one arm.
Yeah, this is it. They hadn't seen this before, and you're back within a year. Absolute beast, like.
Except for that one French doctor who said, "You are not special.
You are not unique."
That's.
But you know what? He may have been the most supportive because he made me feel normal again.
I was talking to my dad about that, and he was saying how, like, apparently, like, in French, that he probably meant, like, you know, oh, you know, you're not strange, you know, you like,
yeah.
Well, like, it comes across so cold the way he says it. You're not unique.
Before this happened on Saturday, right, I was talking to someone backstage, and they were like, "So who knows you're coming back tonight?" I didn't tell me Ma, like, I didn't tell me Ma I was coming back. I told her in the pub afterwards, and I went, you know what? I don't know if anyone's twigged it out in the crowd. They might have. But I was like, I just really hope Cian hasn't twigged it. I was like, because he really doesn't like spoilers. So even in that big moment, I was thinking of his reaction.
Amazing. You're in her head, Cian. You're officially in her head. Look, congratulations. We're going to talk more about the moment still to come when we break down the best and the worst of the week, guys. You can probably guess what we're going to talk about, Len. So yeah, we're going to break down. It's been a busy week. We're going to break down, and it's a busy weekend coming up. You got Night of Champions, or is it Clash of Champions? Clash, something. Some champions will be wrestling this Sunday, and also Fight Factory episode 10 is this Sunday. Brand new venue, an afternoon show in the Sheriff Youth Hall. We're going to be breaking all of that down. Katey Harvey, coming back to that too. You don't do things in halves as well. Like.
No, I don't. I'm just really excited to be back. But Fight Factory and OTT are going to be my priority for the next few months.
Amazing.
That's go home first. So.
Yeah, and then kind of see how you go. So we're going to be talking about that more still to come. But first, we're going to get it kicked off as we always do. That is with the news stories of the week that have been catching our attention, and we are going to do what we do as always. And we have our lightning hot takes on it because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for
Hot Takes.
Hot takes are stories of the week that have grabbed our attention. Starting off with Corporate King.
Yeah, so the OTT crowd is divided right now because there's a big David Starr, Jordan Devlin feud going on, yeah? And it all kind of culminated with David Starr and Cork saying that Jordan Devlin is now the import and that, David Starr is now the import killer. And it split the crowd. Half the crowd are cheering Starr, half the crowd are cheering Devlin. I don't mind people cheering Starr personally, right? If you like Starr, that's fine, whatever. But I just hate when people say that Jordan Devlin is now the import. I've never really understood that. I don't get it, Nicola. Because
is this why you brought her along?
Yeah, I think
we want to roast her.
I think we should point out Nicola's here because both you and me have referenced her so far. Nicola's here with us.
Yeah. So basically, but it's not just Nicola. There's a lot of people, that are of the stance that Jordan Devlin is now the import, but I just disagree with it. I disagree with this whole idea that Jordan Devlin's fucking he's fucking off WWE and he's not he's in WWE. I know that, but he hasn't. When is the last time he's missed an OTT? If you didn't have Twitter, if you didn't have people telling you that he was signed to WWE and you didn't watch NXT UK, how would you know he's even in WWE? Because he's always in OTT, fucking putting on class matches every single show. Why are you booing him? Fuck you, Do
you want to give a counterpoint, Nicola? Go for it. Take the mic.
Can I just point out that David Starr also hasn't missed an OTT show in a very long time?
Funny, because the Belfast show was 3 shows ago, 2 shows ago? Wasn't even on it.
Can I also point out that Cian has been saying for a very long time now that he doesn't consider Belfast shows to be main shows, so that doesn't really count.
Oh.
Yeah, because David Starr doesn't bother showing up for them because he doesn't, you know what I mean? Because he's an import. Because he's being imported from the UK to these shows.
Try and take the mic off her.
So, are you saying that the shows shouldn't be considered main shows because David Starr isn't on them? Because he's our main eventer?
Look at him squirm.
And also, can I point out that Jordan Devlin is our champion and hasn't main evented a show in how long? But David Starr is main eventing shows.
What? So,
I think she's right.
No, she's not right. Jordan Devlin, LJ Cleary main evented. Jordan Devlin, Callum Black main evented. Jordan Devlin fucking was the last one. Fucking...
Yeah, but they didn't main event main shows.
Well, how many main shows has there been? You know what I mean? There's no venue. There's very, very little main shows.
Right, so this one he didn't main event. The one before that was...
Cork.
Where was it? Cork? Did he main event? No, I think it was the opener.
Okay, Cian, it's very risky to bring your girlfriend on and argue because she knows all your shit.
My point is, right, the whole point is hot take. Jordan Devlin is not the import. I don't see how Jordan Devlin is the import because he works for WWE. He's still Irish, still based here. He still built OTT from the ground up. He's got more of a claim here than Starr does. That's just how I see it.
This is why this feud is great. Because two valid viewpoints that we can both take into account, and it's just feel how you feel, and they're letting us. I love this Shades of Grey book, and I think it's absolutely fantastic.
It's class. But I'm just saying, Starr wants to come in and brainwash the audience. You've let him brainwash you if you're cheering him. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I just think it's proper snaky behaviour, booing Devlin. Not cheering Starr, I don't mind, but booing Devlin, I'm not up for that. No, unless, although, you know, it'd be gas though, be if someone suggested on Twitter, I can't remember who, where it was like Devlin should go to the ring still as a face and be like, you know, WWE, you know, this is where we're meant to be, you know what I mean? They should do a WWE NXT takeover Dublin. Am I right, guys? Scotty Davis, he should sign for WWE because it's the future. You know what I mean? Like do a pro like that. That'd be gas.
It, like,
That'd be gas. But he hasn't, so it's like, for me, I don't know. I don't like it because I'm like, the best matches I've ever seen are, you know, Devlin Walter, Devlin Star, the earlier ones where it's like Devlin's the ultimate face, everyone's on the same page cheering him and all that. Now I feel bad hearing him get booed. I'm like, I don't like it.
Right. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. It's a fair viewpoint. There's no wrong answer.
So good though,
and that's the point.
Can't wait.
That's why it's good. It is, and you know what? Like, you know, I was saying a couple of weeks ago that I think, you know, Jordan and Star and Walter is the match. No, this is the match. This has always been the match. They got it the right way with this. 1-on-1 is always, like, when it's a heated rivalry like this, it's always the big match. So I can't wait for this. I have my seats bought for the stadium. I cannot wait. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. And OTT, great job. They continue to make this work and continue to spin our emotions like 18 months into this same storyline. 2-3 years back you can go at this stage and it's still working. Amazing. And I've every faith that, like, after this, like, the stadium won't be the end. I don't think this is ever going to end. I think this is going to go on forever and we're going to keep being invested in it. It's just going to keep being a drama that keeps on giving. So well done to all involved. Anyway, moving on. Katey, have you taken time to, like, have you even got a chance to think about anything else this week? It's been a huge week for you. What else has been grabbing your attention in the latest? Harvey's hot take.
So I've been reading a lot about like contract signings and stuff for especially independent wrestlers in Ireland. Like just there before we start recording, it came out about Martina possibly signing for Ring of Honor, and like, oh my God, people have a lot of opinions, like a lot of opinions on whether she should, where she shouldn't, where she should sign, why it's right, why it's wrong, and not just with Martina, but with like loads of people. And like, I just want people to like stop being so angry and just step back and look at the bigger picture, that we are arguing whether Martina should sign for Ring of Honor, WWE, or stay independent, because they are 3 viable ways of making a living.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. But like I'm just stepping back and looking at that. Like, but then there's this other subsection of people who are getting angry that people are signing contracts at all. And they're kind of the subsection I have an issue with, because they're just like, but why is she signing? Like, now I can't see her in like my local venue. Yeah. I'm like, number one, that's selfish. Yeah. And like, just, that's why you should get out to shows now, because you don't know who's going to blow up. Get in and see people on the ground floor. Great. But the other main thing is like, why should she sign? Job security, health insurance, steady wage. Like people giving out like, oh, why are people signing to NXT UK? Well, because they've got a class performance centre. They've got people like Johnny Saint, William Regal at their disposal. They've got promo classes, they've got like training, they've got all this amazing stuff where they basically have to go 1 week a month, and then the rest of the month they can work your local indies, provided it's not like a small subsection. And I'm just like, why would you not want that for your favourite wrestler? Why would you not want them to get like amazing training and amazing benefits on the side? And they're signing people so young that like, even if they run out a 2-year, 5-year contract, they're still going to be wrestling. Like, I don't really see like a losing situation. And I know people are like, oh, but if they sign my favourites, then like, who will I watch? Well, you know what? You'll create new people to watch. You'll create new stars. There's a load of people ready to take the spots. Like, I honestly don't think it's all doom and gloom the way people are saying, the way people are signing contracts.
No, I agree. I agree largely with what you're saying. I would balance it out by saying, you know, you can be disappointed if someone signs for NXT UK. You can. You're allowed to feel that feeling. You can't control that feeling or anyone, you know what I mean? You're allowed to be disappointed if you're like, oh, I'm going to see less Martina over here. That's fair enough, but like, it's also her job and her career. Yeah. And she gets to choose what she does. Like, she gets to make that life decision for herself. You know what I mean? And like, you could be disappointed you won't get to see her down in your local venue as often. That's fair enough. But you cross a line when you start saying she should do this. It's like, you don't get to tell someone what job they should have. That's a thing they get to decide. Like. Yeah,
but like the thing with that as well is like, oh, if WWE signs them, WWE are stopping me watching my favourite. that's not actually necessarily the case.
Yeah.
A lot of the time it's the wrestler deciding to cut down on their bookings because they have a solid wage, because they don't need to wrestle 3 times a week and wreck their bodies. They can pick and choose. So, I mean, like OTT is the perfect example of that. We haven't really lost out on anyone, realistically, who's signed for NXT UK because people want to work in OTT because it's high quality. Isla Dawn coming to Fight Factory because she knows Fight Factory, she knows the people that run it, so she came to work there. So, like, it's not always WWE being the big bad machine signing up people. It's not really Ring of Honor being the big bad person signing up people. A lot of it is the wrestler's decision as well. And I think people get so caught up in like, oh, but this is how I want my wrestling and this is how it should be, that they don't think about the bigger picture about maybe what is best for the wrestlers.
Yeah, 100%. And as well, like, you know, you have to... Vince McMahon isn't responsible for everything you don't like in wrestling. You know what I mean? But also, like, as well, like, who are the people that have kind of made this trendy where it's like cut down on your bookings? It's not WWE. It's actually AEW. Like, Kenny Omega's big thing, and he even said it in the stadium when at Scrappermania. He said, I don't wrestle many matches this year, so I pick and choose the places I come. And that's a real mantra he has, and that's partly why him and the Young Bucks signed for AEW. That they've been quite open about this, where they're like, we only have a limited amount of years left, so we want to get paid as much money as we can for as little bookings as we can, and then do the most with those matches, and then have amazing matches. But if we can have like 50 matches a year instead of wrestling 4 times a week, we prefer that if we can make a good living off it. Like, that's where that's coming from as well. So, like, it is a wrestler decision, but also as well point it in the right direction. Like, and there's logic to it. And look, lads, there's enough fucking wrestling on. There's not enough hours in the week to watch all the great wrestling that there is. We're grand, lads. It's going to be fine. People get to choose where they work. Just let it happen. You're going to be okay. You are never ever going to be stuck for wrestling. Like, never again. With the amount we have, and the amount of wrestlers, and the amount of streaming services, and everything, you are never going to be stuck for wrestling. It's fine. Don't worry. You're just stressing over nothing. Anyway, moving on. So we had to bring this up. This was the hot take story of the week. And it's a toughie. Sha Samuels and, what's his name? Jason Dodum?
Josh Bodum.
Josh Bodum. I feel I'm not being a dick there.
That sounded like you're a proper.
I'm not trying to be a dick with him. No, I just didn't know him. I'm just not a big Rev Pro guy. But last week it broke that if you haven't seen it, if you're not on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, you know exactly what we're talking about. The Rev Pro ref, the Rev Pro version of Foxy. I saw someone confuse him for Foxy actually online and said, I can't believe someone did this to Foxy. It's like, it's not Foxy. it's genuinely not. But the Rev Pro version of Foxy. Long story short, there was a botch at the end. I'm not even going to say he messed up, but there was a botch at the end of the tag team match between these lads and the Aussie Open for the right to face Gorilla's Destiny at New Japan Royal Quest. The match ended 5 minutes early, and basically what happened is they then turned on the ref, Sha Samuels, and Bodum. I'm not being a dick.
Josh Bodum. Yeah.
I don't know the guy. I'm so sorry. I'm not being a dick. They turned on the ref. Samuels hit him with a body slam. The ref isn't a trained wrestler. He hadn't taken moves before. He hadn't agreed to it. He didn't.
I heard that he was trained to take bumstall or something.
Right.
I did hear that. I think he said that. I could be wrong.
Okay, no, I think I read something too, but like he has taken a bump. But either way, that was not a planned bumper. He didn't agree to take it. And then later on, a video surfaced of Bodum. Isn't I'm only messing now. Bodum kicking the shit out of the ref at ringside and just beating on him. And it has sparked things up. So it's like, how do you feel? This is what hot takes is for, because we don't really give our hot takes. We like kind of digest it for a few days and see how we feel. There's a lot to this as well, and I feel kind of uniquely placed to talk about it because like I've been a ref before, and I have cocked up finishes. In fact, I don't think like you've earned your stripes as a ref until you've fucked up like matches. It's part of the job. If you've refereed enough matches, you've fucked up a match, sometimes beyond repair. Like, it's part of it. It happens, and we see it happen a lot. We've all lived through it. Like, if we've been around enough, I've fucked up matches. Like, I fucked up early into my reffing tenure. I fucked up a match on TV so hard that they had had to retape the last 5 minutes of the match. They had to come out, basically admit wrestling is fake and retape it. That was a match, by the way, that was a match including Finn Balor. That was a big import match for TV, and I botched it so hard. Like, yeah, I don't know why they let me ref after that, but like, I got better. But still, that like, I got into, but this is something that I realized and that I know. I'll tell one story, for example, because refs do get a lot of slack from wrestlers. Like, if something goes wrong in the finish, wrestlers will always jump on the refs. Not in the way that Bodum did. Bodum? Is it Bodum? Yeah. Did. But they'll jump on him and they'll jump to blame him, even if they're wrong. And I've been in that situation before. I won't name names. I might have told this story before, and I might have named names, but I'm not going to, because I don't want it to be a pile-on or anything like that. I have no problem with this guy. But someone who is quite famous now, a big name on the wrestling scene, I got into a screaming match with after I was refereeing a match of theirs, and it was a funny situation. So basically they changed the finish in the ring from what they planned, but also the guy who was taking the pin didn't have his shoulder down. So like, I didn't actually fuck it up, but like, so I went 1, 2, his shoulder's up, and I'm like, that's not the finish anyway, so I know his shoulder's up, so he's fucked up there by not kicking out. And then they just looked at me, and then like, but I covered it well, and I just went straight up to this wrestler. It's so hard not to say his name. I went up to this wrestler, and I'm like, I fucked up the finish, but they don't know what's going on, so just do another finish. And then he's like, he gets pissed off, and I'm like, they'll only know that there was a fuck up if you don't do another finish, so do another finish now. And then like, I don't think he liked the fact that I was talking back to him in that way, but he also knew I was right, so he just did another finish, and no one even noticed. And then we went to the back, and I did go back to apologise, but I knew I hadn't fucked up, so it was more just a courtesy than anything. And I went back, and your man just lost the head of me. I'm trying not to do an impression because you'll know who it is, but like,
Will be though.
Yeah,
Sorry.
What? Who was it?
I was like, will we though if you do an impression?
I did good impressions, thank you. It was Jamie Lannister. No, it wasn't.
Please don't go there.
But he lost the head and just ate into me and just like absolutely ripped me to shreds in the back. And he didn't realize that at that stage I was actually like high up in that company, and that like later on it was funny because I was actually producing all the promos and stuff and directing all the lads and directing like bigger names than him at the time. And then he saw me just bossing these lads around, and I just remember him looking across the locker room and going, "Oh bollocks, I'm not coming back." And then, but he actually chewed me out, and I fought back, and I'm just like, "No, you fucked up, and like your hesitation made you fuck up. Be a professional." And then like it did that. Katey, you're looking at me and you're like, you know how imports would take someone saying be a professional, especially a ref, and how much they look down on them. And how much they look down on them. I'll tell you after. But anyway, that's the way refs get treated. If something goes wrong, it's immediately the ref's fault, okay? I've also been in the situation where a ref has fucked up a match, right? So, and this was like, for me, like, it's not my favourite match, but it is the best match I think I ever wrestled. It's the best story. It's like, it was a hometown match. It was a last man standing match. And what was it? And we went all out for this because it was a main event. And I was like, I didn't get the main event much. So I was like, I'm gonna plan for this. So we planned it for weeks beforehand, went through the spots. And this pissed me off as well because the ref was a wrestler on the card. He's someone you'd know. I'll tell you after. But like, he was a wrestler on the card, and he didn't want to be ref, so he didn't pay much attention like when we were telling him our finish and where we needed him and stuff like that. So anyway, the finish of the match it was a great match. I had people in the crowd afterwards turn around to me and be like, I thought wrestling was fake until I saw that match. Because we were mates, like, the guy I was wrestling, and like, we beat the shit out of each other, but like in a safe way, do you know what I mean? You know the way you can get a bit fucking stiffer with your mates, like, so that's why. The finish of the match was we got like a platform of chairs, and like, this was the planned finish. I gave him like, the finish I used to do was, you know, the reverse FU that Sean O'Hare used to do. I gave him that through the platform of chairs, got the huge reaction. The planned finish was that we both like collapse because like we're both dead, but then we both start climbing around 7 and getting back to our feet, and then like I'd eventually get up and he'd be against ropes, and then he'd just fall on 10. And like, we knew that with the reaction and how up the crowd was for the spot, we're like, this is perfect, they're going to be exactly where we were. Except what happened was, I fell on top of the guy as I was supposed to, and the ref went 1, 2, 3 and counted the pinfall.
In a last man standing.
In a last man standing match. After spending the whole match beforehand counting to 10, and then just turns around and it's like, and then he goes, right lads, we'll need to do a new finish. And then like the other, I was fuming because the match had gone so perfectly. I was fuming and ready to kill. And the other guy just turns around and goes, just hit me with your fucking submission deal and choke me out. So I had to choke him out and then have him. I didn't want him to look like a jobber as well because I was a heel. So, and then he looked like such a jobber because I had to choke him out and then stand up and just celebrate for the 10 count. And he looked like shit as a result. And I was fuming. And then the ref came to me afterwards and goes, you know what? I know I did fuck up, but you shouldn't have fallen on him either. Yeah, like tried to pass the blame too. He's like, you fell on him, so I had to give the count. And I'm like, no, you should have known the rules of the match you were refereeing. But I wanted to beat on, but I didn't. You know what I mean? We've seen it happen where it's like, we've seen it happen, and it is frustrating. We saw it happen with grapple games last year. It was really frustrating. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, like, you know, no, I don't think anyone blamed the ref. It just happens. Like, I think we know enough. I think people are educated enough. Katey, you've had it happen to you. They're like, you're coming back. You're wrestling Valkyrie. How'd the last match that you guys were in finish? There was the ref.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's happened to me 2 or 3 times with Valkyrie where it hasn't been the planned finish and it's got counted as all right, I guess we're done. Like, yeah, like, it happens.
When it happened in that match.
Yeah, we're talking about Defiant here.
Was there any like, did you turn around and go, I am going to beat the piss out of Foxy?
Well, I did. No, I didn't. No, we just had a little chat about it backstage, but at the end of the day, like, he's the referee, he counted 3, he has to protect his integrity by calling the match, and then we have to put a positive spin on it by furthering the storyline using that. You know, no one bet the shit out of each other.
Yeah. And here's the thing, okay? I get the frustration, and I see both sides here. I've been on both sides here. I get it. But you can't do what they did. People are like, Sha Samuels protected him. That, and wrestlers are coming out. Now, I understand why wrestlers are coming out and going, like, they're seeing their mate getting jumped on all over Twitter, and I get it. It'd be the same, like, if I saw something happen to Katey or something, if I saw everyone jumping on Katey over something, there'd be a rush for me to be like, shut up, I know she's sound. Do you know what I mean? Like, leave her alone. Like, I get that, and that's what wrestlers are doing to their mate, because they like Sha Samuels and stuff like that, but also, at the same time, there's a lot of gaslighting going on where people are like, you know, well, like, he protected him, he took his head, whereas, like, let's be real here, like, we know that you do your own bump off stuff, and it's dangerous. Like, you can't force someone to do a safe bump, you know what I mean, off a body slam. You're responsible for taking your own bump, so if the ref isn't prepared for that, and if he's not going along with it, and if it hasn't been discussed beforehand, sorry, whether Sha Samuels is sound, it's still a dangerous and wrong thing he did. And he probably did injure the ref through that. So there is no excuse. And that's not me saying Sha Samuels isn't a sound bloke. That's me saying in this one particular judgment, he was wrong. And to be fair, he's come out and owned it, okay? Josh Bodum, is it? What? No, it's just a thing. Josh Bodum, yeah, there's no, he assaulted and attacked a man, and I think he just showed the entire world that he's a fucking scumbag who doesn't belong in wrestling. Like, he's someone who just wanted a fucking excuse to beat the piss out of someone, and the ref just gave him that ammo. Like, to be honest, that was absolutely scummy. I'm coming out a lot stronger than a lot of people are, because it is what it is. That was fucking scummy, and we know those people, and like in 2019, we need to chase those people out of fucking wrestling, because there are people who are like, this is an opportunity for me to beat people up, and this is an opportunity for me to work stuff out. And I think, to me, personally, speaking only for myself here, I looked at that and that's exactly what I saw. He was probably fucking delighted when the match was gone, because he's like, now I get to beat someone up. That shit needs to go. It needs to stop. This was an incident where I think there's a lot to it as well, though. Like, there's Rev Pro are after coming out and saying, like, they released a statement, and there are positives and negatives to this too. They turned around and said, we weren't aware that this happened. Bullshit. Call them bullshit on it right now, because someone else put out a statement, an MC of the show put out a statement, and it's like, everyone talked to the ref and checked if he was okay. So you're telling me that the promoters when everyone else was aware that the ref mightn't be okay and knew to ask him if he was okay. The promoters had no idea. No, they were complicit in this and they deserved the licks that they got. However, on the other side of that, their response in like creating a system is really positive, where it's like, right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, and it speaks to what we spoke about a few months back, where it was like we talked about code of conducts in wrestling and stuff like that, and there being these kind of systems, and that's how wrestling moves forward. So I'm willing to forgive them. I also think they got the judgment right. I think Sha Samuels fucked up, made a mistake, panicked, probably worked out some frustration and just took it out on the ref. That is. And Sha Samuels copped to this as well, like, so I'm willing to forgive him, because I'm also like, he said, I came from a different era, it was okay in that era, it's not now, I fucked up. And I'm like, okay, you've said everything that I think, so yeah, take your licks. If you have to miss a booking, if you have to miss a payday or two, that's fair. And then come back. Your career doesn't need to end over this. Josh Bodum, get the boat, mate. Fuck off. It's not like what you did was scummy. And I think it just showed who you were in that moment. But I don't think we should necessarily coddle these people, whether they were sound or not in a particular instance. We do need to call it out. It's important to call it out. People that are turning around and being like, well, they should have handled it in private. No. Like, this is why the ref had to go public with it, because it wasn't handled in private. In private, Rev Pro pretended they didn't know a situation existed. Now, they may not have known that the ref was injured. They may not have known the extent of it, and he may not have told them that. So that's also fair. But they did know that a ref was stiffed on their show, and they should have taken that seriously. I don't think, for example, in OTT, if that happened to Foxy, people would just go, oh, well, Foxy, take your licks. You know what I mean? There'd be fucking murder. Joe would fucking go apeshit. Joe would kick the shit. No, he wouldn't literally kick the shit, but he'd like tell them to fuck off no matter who they were. We know that. We know that'd be the way it'd be handled in OTT. And Rev Pro made themselves look fucking bus league through this. So this all needs to be called out. It does need to be handled in the public eye. If Rev Pro could be trusted to handle it in a way, which they might now, then maybe, yeah, handle it behind closed doors. But I think the reason it came out in public is because Sha Samuels and whatever his name is, they would have been booked on the next show and nothing bad would have happened to them if it hadn't been pointed out. So that's where I sit on it. Guys, I realize it's a hot topic and a lot of people have different views, so I just want to kind of get your own thoughts on it, like as much as you're happy to share.
No, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, like that's, I've nothing to add to it. Like
in terms of like, right, we don't have to get personal, but in terms of like, you know, when a ref fucks up, you know, what's fair, what's not fair, where's the line on this?
Should be able to stop them.
And can you just Bangkok him once? Like, is that fair?
If you're going to extend that to refs, you got to extend it to everyone on the show. You know, the commentator mispronounces the word.
No.
You know, or a ring announcer says something wrong. Yeah, fucking just line everyone up and give them raps on the knuckle. No, but seriously, I actually disagree with what you're saying about Sha Samuels and him coming out and saying like, oh, I'm from a different era. I didn't realise. Because I think that's the epitome of like letting out lads away with being racist because they're a different era.
Okay.
I think you're working now. Know where you're working, know who you're working with, know it's a different lay of the land. So to me, that's a slight cop-out.
Okay.
But what I will say is I think he was very honest and sincere in his apologies. And I think what happened was that situation happened. He thought, I know how to fix this. I'll work a body slam, blah, blah, blah. Now, he should have called it to the ref first. You know, he could have grabbed the ref. He could have called it to him and be like, I'm going to body slam you. And then the ref has the option to say yes or no.
Yeah.
You know, or at least they're aware it's going to happen. So I just think it was a bad judgment call, but he seems to apologise sincerely. So I think, you know, done and dusted. The maddest take I've seen on this is people blaming Aussie Open.
What?
I've seen...
Of course, there's an available opinion, so someone's got to take
I've seen a few tweets saying, guys, no one's really putting any blame on Aussie Open, and to be honest, they watched the whole thing unfold and didn't step in. There's so much wrong with this. Now, generally, like, I'd say if you see an assault happening, go ahead and stop it.
Yeah.
But they may not have been aware that that was not planned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's such a mad thing that Josh Bodum done. Like, I would watch that and think like, oh, fuck, I mustn't have seen them call that backstage. You know what I mean?
There must have been something said. Like,
It
I
was
get
so
that.
mad and so vicious. There's no way Aussie Open were like, that's an assault. Just gonna go shine my belt. You know what I mean? That's not what happened. Like, obviously they thought it was part of the show, and you know what? It's not their responsibility. Like, let's not shift the blame away from the people actually involved in the situation.
Yep.
So I just thought that was a mad take. And if anyone does have that opinion, like, you're allowed to have your opinion, but that one's wrong. Like, you know, like I think the situation between Sha, Josh Bodum, the referee, and Rev Pro, I think that's all very nuanced, and I think everyone has different degrees of blame, except for Josh Bodum. He is completely to blame. But the other three, there's nuances. Aussie Open, like, no, they're grand. Like,
lads are all right. You can sleep at night. You can sleep at night. The rest is, a few nights sleep, lose. Josh Bodum, sleep forever. Anyway, moving on. To the good and the bad from the wrestling week. Starting with the bad, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for
Say something stupid.
Say something stupid, worst of the week. In at number 5, talk to me about the bad from OTT.
So this is just from the opening match. It was Club Rock Shandy against Justy. Shout out to Justy, weekly Justy mention.
Justy,
and Sammy D. Basically, long story short, I'm not going to bother complaining about Club Rock Shandy not getting entrances or any of that stuff, which I wish they were getting entrances, and I wish they weren't losing, shortly in the opening match at every show. But that's not what I want to talk about. I just want to talk about the fact that they were robbed because, long story short, Justy, I can't really remember the match fully, but it was like he got knocked out, I think, and then Sammy D put his lifeless body over either Martin Sears or Klong, and then Foxy went for the pin and counted the 3. But I'm pretty sure from what I could see, Justy's shoulders were also on the mat while he was over whichever member of Club Rock Shandy it was. Yeah. So that's not a win. You know what I mean? That's like a draw, or basically somebody should have beat the shit out of Foxy for that, man. I'm not having it. No, but I don't know. I'm really struggling for say something stupid content this week.
Well, I blame Sammy D for watching that happen.
Yeah,
it's really like, I think all of the crowd were complicit in that. Like, you watched that happen. What did you do?
Yeah.
No, I agree. And at number 4, one from NXT UK. You can tell they were really struggling for content because this is like the post takeover show. And then they just decided at one stage that they were going to have Cassius Ohno, because he wasn't on the main card. They're going to have him in a match, except they ran out of signed talent, I guess. Even though Jordan Devlin wasn't in a match. I would have liked to see that, but I don't know, maybe he was booked somewhere else, or there were some complications there. And they had the authority figure, Johnny Saints, the guy who speaks for Johnny Saints. Have we talked about what a weird situation that is? How Johnny Saints doesn't speak, but then sometimes he does. He'll just come out and your man will come out and announce the match, and he'll be like, it's going to be a tag team match. And then Johnny Saints will just occasionally come in and be like, yeah, it is, yeah.
No, I love that.
I actually like it too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think it deserves to be brought up. I think someone needs to mention that this is a thing that happens. We shouldn't just act like this is normal. We shouldn't just act like this is something that has always happened.
He's got his vice general manager do all the dirty work, all the fucking all the talking, all the sort of public stuff, whereas he gets to work in his office and do his own stuff. Do you know what I mean? It makes sense.
What's he do? I'm a GM. There's no admin.
Yeah, well,
you just turn around and you say, yeah, that's the match. Yep.
Well, Johnny Saint does all the putting the matches together and stuff like that, whereas Sid Scala does all the announcements and all the...
I'm going to give away some GM spiel here, right? There's more admin in doing SmackDown versus Raw GM mode. I'm just saying, it's just, you talk about, that's a cool match, and then you book it, and then you just do it, and that's it. And then, it's worked out all right. Fight Factory shows are class, it's worked out all right. There's not much to do. I just think he's not earning his paycheck. If I'm being real here.
I think he's doing the lion's share of the work. He's putting all the matches together, and then Sid's the one that has to go to the ring and tell everyone, any of the announcements, because Johnny just doesn't want to do the talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but anyway, look, Cassius Ohno needed an opponent. They had Sid go out and wrestle. I don't understand why this was a thing.
It's after building this week.
Yeah, they built it.
The big match they're having now, the British Rounds match.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen it this week.
Yeah, that's what it's building towards.
Oh, okay, it's a feud now. I just,
yeah, it's a feud.
In the bit I've seen of NXT UK, I've never seen him built up as a wrestler or even teased as a wrestler. It was just
He
is a wrestler.
Did he? Why?
Yeah, he debuted as a wrestler, but then when they realised that Johnny Saint, when he does his promos,
Can't talk.
4-man fatal, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, is he not a good talk? Is that why he has to have someone?
Yeah.
Like?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, it's legit. Like you need
yeah.
this. All right.
Sid Scala, like, he was great on the indies. He did like a Del Boy gimmick.
Was he?
Very entertaining, but like his talking was a strong point.
See, I saw no build up to that. So all I saw was a guy be like, "You're gonna wrestle me," and it's just like, okay, right.
Sorry. Sid Scala's actual story was that he couldn't get signed as a wrestler, and he kept trying, and it didn't happen for him. So it turns out he's good at talking, so he became Johnny Saint's assistant. So there is actually a backstory to him trying to be a wrestler, but it not working out for him, and now this is like his second wind, you know, his whole like...
Okay, and he got a shot, and Johnny Saint is
Yeah,
giving him
they're
a shot.
This is actually good.
I wish, I wish I'd have known about that. Because it just like, I literally just watched it and I'm like, why is the authority figure wrestling? Do you know what I mean?
They should reference it more because it did happen a year ago.
They should definitely remind me of that. They should definitely at some stage say, like, this is a thing, there's a reason for this. Because it's like, imagine like on Sunday I came out and go, well, Klung, you need to fight someone, and then just started stripping. Like, that's the way I looked at it. And I'm like, no one wants that.
and then you had a British rounds match. I see no issue here.
No, I see a lot of issues.
Explaining British rules to Klung. Yeah, that would be number one for me.
Yeah, okay, well, maybe it was good, but maybe it just wasn't explained enough. In at number 3, talk to me about NXT.
I told you before we start recording, I only got 15 minutes at NXT because I had a very busy week.
Yeah, to be fair.
So all I actually seen was the Fashion Police match, and you know I love Tyler Breeze.
Yeah.
He is one of my baes, but was not happy that as the Fashion Police they wore pretty much the same gear as their opponents, which is, what is their name? French Canadian lads, Martel. One of them's called Martel, one of them's not.
I think that's actually their tag team name. Introducing, one of them's called Martel, the other one's not.
But they were all just wearing like black tights with white trim on the end, and they all have similar haircuts, and I was just like, I just hate when wrestlers do that. Like, I learned it the hard way. Keep a second set of gear in your bag, because one day it will happen where you show up to wrestle and your opponent has the same gear, right? And this happened to me and Session Mop Martina.
Hello.
Just before she became Session Mop,
that makes
I
more
had
sense.
some beautiful leopard print gear,
Right.
and she had just gotten her first set of leopard print gear,
Right.
and we showed up to wrestle each other in matching leopard print gear.
To be fair, if she was already Session Mott at that stage, I would say, that's on you.
Oh, that would have been on me. This was pure
You just come out and
coincidence.
you're
though.
like, I think I'm going to bring these cans out to the ring.
But we had literally both text each other excitedly, because it was the first over 18 show, it was the FTW show.
Right.
We had both excitedly text each other how we'd gotten new gear for this big over 18 show in Dublin, and then it was both leopard print.
You saw it off the same E-Lucha sale.
Yeah. So yeah, always bring a second set of gear so
Fair.
you don't have that issue.
Fair.
And that segment just reminded me of that awful time where Jamie Coleman just berated us. Yes, aren't a tag team girls? What he is doing? Yep, fair enough.
Brilliant. Good stuff. In at number 2, one from Raw in Madison Square Garden. For me, this whole thing was a bit of a miss, if I'm being honest. Like, I feel that this should have been a huge deal. This is the first TV show we've got in Madison Square Garden in a few years now, because it's gotten so expensive. Like, and this should have been a big deal, where WWE are like, well, New Japan are booking it now, so we're going to book it. You know what I mean? So they're like, they kind of had to come back, and they should have made a big deal of it. And I was disappointed from the start, because I hate when WWE do this, because if you're going to do a Madison Square Garden show, and I said this about the New Japan show as well, I want Madison Square Garden to look like Madison Square Garden. The coolest thing about Madison Square Garden is that the entrance is on the hard cam. Do you know when you think of it and you have that and you're just like, as soon as that comes on, you're like, we're in Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? It just looks different to every other arena in the world. And it's like, for it to just look like another Raw set, I understand why with Brandon they want the Raw and SmackDowns to look the same. I get it. But this was the Madison Square Garden show, and I just didn't feel that they had a lot for it. I feel like they're just like, yeah, we'll get Stone Cold. And then that was it. Like, I feel that SmackDown totally outclassed Raw this week. And I really didn't like it. Then there was just a few little bits. Like, there was, for example, Braun Strowman is in the main event this Sunday, fighting twice. He's defending the Raw Tag Team titles, and he's fighting for the Universal title against Seth Rollins. They gave him a Zack Ryder entrance in the main event. Like, they came back from the break, and Braun Strowman was already in the ring, and then they had Seth Rollins burn it down, and he was the only one. It was a big 10-man tag, and he was the only one in the faces who got like an entrance. And then all of the heels got an entrance. Dolph Ziggler got an entrance, and Braun Strowman didn't. It was like, what? Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode are made for the Zack Ryder entrance. That is literally where they should. That's where they should start every match. Like, I don't care about it. Well, no, Roode's got pretty cool theme music. But anyway, last but not least, thing that really bothered me from Raw. They debuted a new wrestler this week. I fast forwarded it through this, so I don't know what exactly it was, but I think it's a new like gimmick where they're having a bunch of kids come out, like, and I think they're a new stable or something like that. And there was one guy who I really like. I took exception to, right, because I just found it really disrespectful. Again, watched it and fast forward, don't know too much what's going on. His name was Antonio the Arrival, and like, he was a lucha wrestler, luchador, came out in a mask, and I'm like, right, this is really cool. Like, they have like, and he's small as well, so I'm like, he's gonna be fucking good. And then like, comes out unmasked on the stage. Disrespectful, mate. Alright, luchador, the mask is one of the most important things in luchador history, and like, to be fair, that is like, I just found it really disrespectful. Antonio the Arrival, you know what I mean? I'm sure he has a big future, you know what I mean? It was a big deal for them to debut a new luchador on Raw and then have him unmasked. Like, I just feel they could have built that up a bit more. I just feel like maybe have a hair versus mask match or something like that. To me, that's where I would have gone. You know, maybe it's not Antonio's fault. It's Vince McMahon. He ruins everything in wrestling, but like, you know, I just thought it was disrespectful to the history of lucha. Again, I could have missed something there. I watched it.
You know, let's move on. Let's move on from that.
Right. In at number one, this was an incident where I looked at this, I saw this on SmackDown, and I go, Katey's going to talk about this. And then, sure enough, in at number one, I'd say something stupid.
Am I this predictable?
No, it's just like, it's made for you. There are things where I just know Keen's going to hate that. Club Rock Shandy Lewis, Keen's going to hate that. And then this, yeah, this is you.
So I spoke a little bit last week about how I'm not into Fire and Desire as like the Fire and Desire is the tag team challengers, and like this centers around like Mandy Rose and Nikki Cross now, because they've kind of like started to unveil like the motivation behind this feud, and basically it's that Mandy Rose is calling Nikki ugly, and I'm just like, why this is. It's not even that I'm offended as a feminist, like, oh my god, you can't call women ugly, we're all beautiful. Like, it's actually...
Katey, can you do more impressions of feminism? Can you please set feminism back with your impression of militant feminism? I'm such a fan of that. That's so meta, my brain broke.
But like, that is a problem, but it's not my actual problem with this.
Okay.
My problem with this as a wrestling fan is that is just the most uninteresting way to feud with someone. It's so playground, like, oh, she called me ugly. Like, and what bothers me is like Nikki Cross is the kind of character who like doesn't give a fuck if Mandy Rose thinks she's ugly. You know what I mean? She's mental. She doesn't care. Like, she doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't dress up. She's not one of like the Barbie dolls. She's not sitting at home like crying because Mandy Rose called her ugly. You know what I mean? She's probably banging her head off a wall or something. So I just think it's really uninteresting and unimaginative, and I'm just like, it's so boring. Like, just do something else. Like, and that wouldn't fly in the men's division. We think it was ridiculous. Like, they're kind of doing it with Chad Gable and the short thing. Oh my god, he's short. And now it's crept into like everyone saying it about him. And I'm like, is he really that short though? Do we really care that much? Is that a reason to like berate someone? Like, I don't get it.
No, I get it, and it totally flies. That look, this is why I thought of you, because I agree with it, and I just know your stance on things. But yeah, it totally flies in the face of Nikki's gimmick. Like, for her to come out and then, like, she just ran down the ramp and immediately attacked him, and it's like she's really upset about this, and like she's really sad, like, that she got called ugly. But like, it feels like Nikki would be like, yeah, well, I'm not trying to be like you. You know what I mean? And there's a positive message that you could have got there.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you're only about your looks. There are more. There's like so many other ways you could have gone, but they just went the obvious way.
I will absolutely flip out, right, if they do any kind of like makeover montage. I will lose my shit. Like, I love crappy teenage romance films. One trope I hate, though, is like taking a girl's glasses off, taking her hair down, and throwing some makeup on, and oh my god, all of a sudden, because you know what, I'm the girl who doesn't wear makeup and wears glasses and wears her hair up, like, you know, it's just like.
But Katey, if you just took the glasses off and if you just like let the hair down in slow motion and then just waved her head, you don't know what could happen. It'd be amazing.
You know what I mean? Like, and like they're trying to push like anti-bullying, they're trying to push back towards kids. It's such a bad message, and like they're gonna go like, I don't go a shitty way with it. Like, just make Nikki be the badass who's like, I don't care. I don't care what you say, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you anyway. Like, just go that direction for once.
Just literally ask yourself, how would the character react? Take the 2 seconds to think, how would Nikki feel about this, rather than just, what's the easiest, most obvious way we can do it? No, I totally agree. Anyway, that was the bad from the week. Time to talk about the good, because there was a fair bit of it, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Best of the Week. In at number 5, talk to me about Contenders. Or ICW, sorry.
Good job. You ruined it. You ruined it. Why don't you do it? You can just do it. Fuck it. Great.
I'm keen. ICW, they had a thing, and fuck, man, ICW, man, you had to see it, right, it was great, and then, right, shut up, Nicola, alright, Katey, shut up, Katey, what are you talking about, no, sorry, I can't do it.
I mean, it was close, you got 90% of the way done, like, you see, now I'm going to start saying, and do all that, like, so off button. They started their own Contenders, basically.
Wow, I'm so shocked.
I know, and who would have seen that coming? But yeah, there you go. They only announced 3 matches for it, but it's in 3 matches. I'm buzzing for it. So it's Leighton Buzzard getting his first 0G title match, which is fucking great. I love Leighton Buzzard. I've talked about him before on the show. I'm not going to go into it again. He's just deadly. That's all you need to know. Then it's Kenny Williams against the debut in Scotty Davis, which is class. Yeah, that's a deadly match, like. Yeah. And then the other match she announced, what was it? Oh yeah, John Kelly's son, Kieran Kelly, taking on Jordan Devlin. So on their Contenders, like, so.
John Kelly did good.
Just a little thing. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Are they calling it Contenders?
No, I forget the name of it. That's why. Yeah, right. It's their equivalent of Contenders.
What's a Scottish word for Contenders?
It's not something like Enter the Asylum or something.
We jobbers.
No, it's one word. I just don't remember what it is.
We jobbers.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's a Nordy accent. Sorry. I lost my impressions with Keane. Right, cool. I'll be interested in that. Keep us posted as we go. In at number 4, has anyone seen the ad for SmackDown on Fox?
No.
It's really good. Go out of your way to do it. Like, it's really good because it's WWE repositioning themselves as like, what are we? Because it is an opportunity. That's what they should be doing. I'm a marketing guy, so I'm like, that's exactly what WWE should be doing now. So what they're doing is they're showing, like, they show clips of like people in normal life. It's kind of like the Angelus, but with WWE. It's like people in normal life, and then they'll just like start doing poses, and then it clicks to, but like they mix in like old wrestlers like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, and then they have like Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins and stuff in there as well. So it grabs you with Stone Cold Steve Austin, like someone just like a waiter just throws down his tray, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin's ordering a drink, and then but then like they have Daniel Bryan just hanging out, and then they show like actual clips of like sports games where crowds are chanting yes. So it's like showing, look how like WWE is entrenched within like everyone's day-to-day life, and it's making it into a really mainstream thing. And like it really does and then like it sells you on the point, like even if you're a wrestling fan and even if you're like, oh fuck WWE, you can't actually argue with this, because it's like, well, yeah, people do know who Becky Lynch is, and yeah, people do know who Daniel Bryan is, and that's a real thing from a real sports event where everyone chanting Daniel Bryan's phrase. Like, yeah, WWE, it's kind of cool. Like, and you come away from it thinking WWE is one of the coolest things ever, which, like, again, if you're following the product week to week, you don't necessarily think all the time, but it's really, really strong, and it's shot very differently to how you'd see WWE. I don't know how, like, if Sean Ryan was here, I'm sure he could get into the specifics of it, but, like, it's shot, like, so differently to how you see WWE normally that you're just like, this feels new, it feels fresh, it feels really good. Go out of your way to watch it. They had it on during Raw this week, but it'll be on YouTube as well. Go out of your way to watch it because it's really good. And like already it has me really looking forward to the Fox move, because I'm like, oh, it feels like something different's going to be happening. And again, just very clever to just play on their history. Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, people look at them and they're like, even if you're a fan like 10 years ago, like Fox, you're just tuning in for the football or whatever, like you go, oh yeah, I liked The Rock, I liked Stone Cold. Who are those guys? Oh yeah, obviously whatever they're doing, people are still watching it. I'm just out of the loop. So it's very smart, very good, and a really strong ad. I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait for October. SmackDown debuting on Fox, like the AEW debuting on TNT. Like, it's going to be a really good month, and like, now all the companies are starting to put their best foot forward, so it's really fucking exciting. I cannot wait. In at number 3 though, I want to talk about the good from Raw on in Madison Square Garden, because there was some good points too. Like I said, I feel that it was a bit of a miss overall, but there were some great moments in it, like AJ Styles just taking moves in general. I listened to do you listen to Mike Quackenbush's podcast?
I should say yes, but no, I have not listened.
Oh, no, but like seriously, like, because it's like 10 minutes episode. It's a podcast. Have you ever listened to it?
I didn't even know it existed.
No, don't worry if you didn't, because it's a podcast for wrestlers specifically, and it's for like teaching how to wrestle and stuff like that. And it's like 10 minutes episodes where he just goes into it. Like, you'll listen to it in an afternoon and you'll love it. Like, it's great because it really makes you think about everything that they do. Like, I just love that shit, even though like it's not really relevant to me anymore. Like, but he talks about, like, he does one episode about how like different ways guys can get themselves over, and it's like, if you can take a move in a way that no one else can take it, make people look good, everyone will want to work with you, and it'll make you stand out, because then fans will want to see your matches. AJ Styles is the king of this. I think he even uses AJ Styles as an example of this. Just for example, AJ took a stunner at the start of it. This was cool. This was a good opening where Austin was like officiating the contract signing with Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins. Didn't really like the contract signing, because again, it just kind of reminded me that we're not in the way, it's not the way it was. Like, promos nowadays aren't even promos. They're not even trying to tell stories. They're just like guys saying their catchphrases. Like, Austin's just wrestling a what, and then Rollins is just turns around and basically says, burn it down, and then Braun just goes, well, you're gonna get these heads, and the crowd are popping like a motherfucker for it, because they're hot with Austin in the ring as well. But it's like, I'd love the actual promo and story to like set up this match, but they haven't really given me that. But then AJ and the lads came out the OC, they ended up like getting in a brawl, and then AJ's left in the ring, and Austin's just standing behind him. He hasn't got physical yet, and you're just like, oh motherfucker, this is gonna be fucking iconic. Then he takes a sweet ass stunner. It was just really cool to see Austin stunning AJ Styles. It was like worlds colliding, because we've just never seen AJ kind of in that position with one of the old school WWE guys, apart from Cena. So it was really cool. Then later on, he wrestled Cedric Alexander. It's in the main event, actually. He wrestled him, and then it ended in a bit of a schmaltz, and then they wrestled in the 10-man tag in the main event, and the finish was AJ taking a lumbar check, and he just bounced about 5 fucking feet off the ground after he took it. It's like, go out of your way to see it. It was fan-fucking-tastic. Other good stuff that I liked, Becky and Charlotte against Bayley and Sasha, which I thought they really undersold. I'm like, this is the 4 horsewomen at WWE. Like, this is a big match. Like, the plot doesn't really make that much sense if you think about it, because like, Bailey and Sasha's reason for hating Charlotte is pretty much the same as Becky's. Like, I feel that the three of them would be better mates than Becky and Charlotte for no reason, but whatever, it worked and we got the tag team match. Some really cool spots in it. My favourite, I love the little things, I'll always get a mention here, and this is awesome. Just a little thing where Charlotte had Sasha in the figure 8, and as a way of breaking it up, Bailey gave Becky a roll up, but rolled her into the figure 8, and it looked genuinely fucking sick. Do you know what I mean? And then, the last one, yes. The Firefly Funhouse they brought back as a way, and they've already started building towards Hell in a Cell. Now we don't know who, so they've confirmed the Fiend is going to wrestle in the Hell in a Cell match against the winner Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. I really like how they're building that already, because it's just like, this makes it feel like it's a huge match. It makes it feel like, well, Rollins Strowman, like, whoever wins that, they're so fucked. You know what I mean? Like, you're already thinking about the next pay-per-view, and it makes it feel like Wyatt or The Fiend is getting ready for it, like, and they're even more fucked because of that, like, and we don't know who they're going to wrestle as well. It's just like there's a bit of a anticipation for it makes me want to see the main event Sunday even more. But then, by the time that rolls around, I'm going to be so fucking hyped for that match. So yeah, I can't wait. So some really good spots from Raw. Like I said, I just feel that a Madison Square Garden Raw should probably be a bigger deal. But in at number 2, I thought they absolutely nailed it with SmackDown. I felt that they got it really right. It was another great show.
Yeah, SmackDown was great. And there was loads of little things that I haven't even wrote down, like, because they're in Madison Square Garden, they did Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston again. The big boom drop through the table.
Yes.
That was class. I didn't think he was actually going to go through with it. I thought, Orton's going to roll out of the way. No, they gave us the pop. It was deadly.
Do you know what I loved about that segment as well? Did you notice how the first table broke? They were brawling through the crowd. So, and here's another little thing I loved about it, right? Did you notice before that Kevin Owens was just sitting in the back, and they had a backdrop of like great moments in Madison Square Garden, and in camera shot was Kofi does the boom drop on Orton through the table. And I was like, that's a really weird, random memory to have. Like, I don't think that's a great Madison Square Garden, but it's just subtly planting that into your head. And then later they went and redid it. But did you notice how the first table broke? Orton is lying on the table, and then he counters it and then puts Kofi on the table, and then Orton goes up to attack Kofi, and Kofi kicks him to get him away, but Kofi's weight broke the table. And you just had to look around, and you're like, now this made it better for me, because it's like, oh shit, the spot got fucked. But they were able to improv and find another table and set it up in a timely manner, because I was like, there is another table there, but it's going to take forever because he has to move those things out of the way. But they did it in a way where you didn't even notice.
Yeah,
like, watching it, you didn't notice. Like, that's really good on their part, and I thought it was really strong. Sorry, go ahead.
I was watching SmackDown and work today eating Skittles, so I didn't get to pay full attention
You're
to it.
paying attention to the Skittles.
And also my door, because, people kept trying to talk to me. And I was like, it's my lunch break. I just want to watch wrestling in my office. Other stuff I loved, this Nakamura Sami Zayn thing. Like, Undertaker opened the show randomly.
Yeah.
Like, some people still love it. I'm a bit kind of like, he's not really doing anything. He just kind of been like, I don't know how many more times I'm going to get to do this. And I'm like, well, that's a really sad way to start the show.
That's true. That's so true.
I was like, all right. But then Sami Zayn came out and he got chokeslammed. And I was like, okay, cool. We got a chokeslam and a pop. That's grand. Then Nakamura was out during a match between Miz and Andrade, which I loved because I love Miz and I love Andrade. It was great. And he just spoke Japanese on commentary. Just didn't speak English. And that was great. Like, it's such a cool heel thing. Like, and especially because they've made such a big deal of Sami Zayn being the mouthpiece. And like, when he does talk, he just won't speak English. Like, I love it. I thought it was great. The other stuff I loved, I've seen a lot of people. Oh no, I'll talk about Eric Rowan first, just for Keane.
Okay.
He's good this week.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, and I'm raging.
Oh, what are you? You missed the best Eric Rowan.
The reason why I loved it, right, is because he ended up in a brawl with Roman Reigns. And what I wrote in the notes is, Rowan and Reigns brawl like they're Home Alone burglars.
Yes, nailed it.
Do you understand that reference?
Yeah.
So Home Alone is about a kid and the two burglars. Okay, yeah. So basically, like Rowan cuts this promo. It wasn't very good. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it was. You're just saying.
Reigns comes out, and what I loved about this is like the Superman punch is not a quick finisher to hit. It should be, right? But he runs, he jumps, he revs up, and he punches him. Eric Rowan is just standing there watching him. It's like a cartoon. He makes no attempt to get out of the way. He knows exactly what's coming. He just takes it.
Because he knows he can take it. That's why.
He could not take it. He crumpled immediately. Rolled outside, big brawl starts. And like it's a good brawl, like it's very heated. Like Rowan, in fairness, is kicking the shit out of everyone who tries to break it up. He's literally just throwing lads around, smashing them.
Through the fan.
Through a fan. Like
he powerbombed. He picked up a fan, obviously a plan, but he picked up a fan and powerbombed them onto Roman Reigns.
Oh, do you know how many people I've seen tweet Jordan Grace today after that? Like Eric Rowan stole your spot because that's what she does on shows. And but anyway, it's just dead. He's just smashing people, and then they brawl up to the stage. And my favorite thing I've ever seen in any brawl, and I know I only gave it a few weeks ago when people do things that aren't believable in brawls. This is not believable, but I loved it.
It was class.
Basically, it was a big crane with a camera on the end, right? And he just gets the crane and just swings it into his face. Just swings it at him. And again, Roman Reigns is watching it. He knows it's coming at him. It's not going very fast. And it hits him and a load of other lads like bowling pins, and they just crumple. And it's like, that's the end.
I need to watch it. That sounds so cool.
It was really good.
It was really cool. And like, but it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it was cool. But it was ridiculous.
It's the first time they've made me want to see more Eric Rowan. You know what I mean? It's the first. I'm like, I want to see this every week. If this is what Eric Rowan is, I'm up for this.
Yeah.
It's just creative mad shit during like brawls. I'm like, this is
like
is
I don't want them to have a wrestling match on Sunday. I want them to do that.
Yeah.
Like bigger, more
I'd be up
ridiculous.
for that as well, in fairness.
Yeah.
Like just two big lads smashing the shit out of each other with anything they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
Like I loved it.
It was class.
So yeah, this is a little bit controversial because a lot of people hated it, but I loved the main event as well.
Okay.
I thought it was really good. It was Shane McMahon heavy again, but basically Elias had to pull out of the King of the Ring. So Chad Gable needed someone to wrestle in the semi-finals. Shane puts himself in, and like they've built Chad Gable so well. This is shit. Shane's gonna like. I got really thick watching SmackDown. Like I love Chad Gable now. Like he's just such a little cutie. Like and just you just want him to do well. So I thought, we know the way this is going. And then they put Kevin Owens in as a special guest referee. And like I was reading a really interesting thing about how they're going with Kevin Owens now. Like his main motivation has always been his family. Like always from the beginning, he does what's best for his family. Whether that's a heel thing, a face thing, it's always got that good intention there. So basically, like Shane's like, well, you're the referee for my match. You know what's going to be best for you. You know what I mean? You know what's going to be best for your job. And what made the main event so interesting was that like you could actually see Kevin Owens struggle with that all the way through wanting to do the right thing and not count Shane, but also like wanting to keep his job. It was really good. It could have been really shit, but I thought it was really good. Yeah. Like Chad Gable killed him straight away with like a Rolling Thunder.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, won the match, changes it to 2 out of 3 falls, and it goes longer. And people are like, Shane McMahon shouldn't be able to go like that with Chad Gable. Like, we've seen enough now to know that Shane McMahon is going to wrestle like full-time wrestlers as if he is a full-time wrestler. We know that, like, so there's no point in getting upset about it anymore. It was just a really good finish. And then like the finish was an ankle lock, and like Shane starts tapping, and literally it wasn't a case of Kevin Owens not wanting to count. It was just really obvious that Shane was giving up.
Yeah, he had no other choice. Yeah,
like the match had to end. Like it was so clever, and then he fired him anyway.
Do you see where this has gone though on Twitter?
Where?
Kevin Owens put out a tweet after this.
I didn't see this, no.
Saying 14-24-20. Does anyone want to guess what that is?
Oh no! Wait,
fans got this straight away.
I nearly said the 14th to the 24th. And
that's where my head went to.
14-24-20. If you put that into the alphabet, that means NXT. Yeah. So like they're going on USA. Owens doesn't have a job with SmackDown now. They're giving him a big name, and they're giving him a chance to work from there and build up the Shane feud again, I'm guessing, until he comes back.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. So that seems to be the way. That's what they're hinting at. It could mean nothing. Like Daniel Bryan had a life-changing career decision. They mess around with shit all the time on Twitter and then just don't pay it off. But there's just something intriguing going on there. Where Owens could be like, do you remember Rollins invaded TakeOver? Like they could do that with Kevin Owens. Like they could do something where like Kevin Owens is like, oh, I've got some contacts here. Regal let me in. You know what I mean? And I've got some shit to say. We don't know where it's going to go. But spreading it out to NXT and giving them a bit of a boost because their shit starts next week. Their 2-hour shows start next week. So
we could get like Velveteen Dream versus Kevin Owens.
We could. Who knows? But now it's like bringing NXT into WWE storylines. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
like it's kind of blurring the lines there as well. So yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, but it looks like it's going somewhere cool. Yeah, but it's not the coolest thing in the week because in a number one, and like, look, we're cautious as well and not looking too biased when we talk about like Irish stuff as well, because like, you know, some of us work within the situation and so on. But I think we'll all agree. In a number one this week, it has to be OTT.
Yeah. OTT was dead. I don't know. There's a lot to talk about. First of all, I love the venue because everyone knows that Tala like is objectively the best part of Dublin. I think you'd agree. Katey would agree. Nicola, do you agree? Yeah, she absolutely agrees. Tala is amazing. So, not only, I'm not saying because I live there. Like, it is really good. But just the venue itself, right? Obviously, it's not in the city centre, so that's not good, especially if you live on the north
side. I live on the north side of the city centre.
Yeah, so, like, I can understand how it's hard for people, but just the venue itself, it is in Dublin, which is, like, at least that's something. And, but it's, like, just to have an 18 show with a bar, and it's a real, what do you think of the venue? Like, what?
I actually really liked it. In fairness, it only took me 20 minutes to drive from Cabra to, like, the venue. Now, got lost on the way out, so it's like Tala was trying to keep me.
Tala does that, though. It's awkward as fuck. Like, even the square is the most... It makes no sense. The square makes no sense.
The square is amazing.
Like, just trying to find it. It's not a square. Not even nearly a square.
It is.
It's a fucking octagon. Like, it's a joke.
It's
an octagon mixed with a fucking maze. Fuck Tala.
Fuck
Tala.
Fuck you.
Stick
you
Tala
anyway,
up your fucking hole.
You fuck off. But yeah, the venue anyway. Basically, my point was, it reminds me of the Tivoli. That's why. Okay.
Did you know a part about the venue you weren't even aware of, though? Did you know about the car park war?
No.
So there is a big, ample car park, right? But it's kind of split in two, where there's like a little part of it up by the backstage doors, and that's where a lot of the wrestlers and stuff had parked, and like crew members. And then there's the big main car park. A wrestler who shall not be named parked across the entrance to the little part of the car park and blocked everyone in.
Oh no!
And this place has a bar as well that like non-wrestling fans were drinking in. They were very angry to be blocked in by a lot of wrestling fans, and people tried to find who owned the car to move it, but this was during the main event, so a lot of wrestlers just went, don't fucking care, not my car, not going to check is it my car, you can hang on 20 minutes. And like the car park was jammed for ages after. It was gas.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so the venue basically reminded me of the Tivoli, and it reminded me of like Sure Road and those sort of shows. And I want to see more of them. I thought it was really good. I don't know the business side of things, you know, like, is it expensive to run there? How easy is it to book that place? But just purely from like a fan experience point of view, I'd absolutely fucking love if it became a regular venue. It was great. Yeah, the show top to bottom was really good. There was did you have something to say, Nicola?
Sorry to interrupt, but Martina just got followed by John Cena.
Oh
it
shit!
Happened.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Mad.
That's big breaking news.
That is newsworthy.
That is worth breaking up the show. No, that was worth. Thank you for that. Great. Nicola is like a Roman reporter in the field. And now we're over to Nicola. It's gonna rain.
Now I just want to check Twitter, if I'm being honest. Like,
I might not already.
But we have a show to do. So basically, Team OTT versus Team Land's End. What's that it's called?
Yeah.
Land's End. Yeah.
Yes, got it right. Deadly. For those of you that don't know, 5 random Japanese lads we've never seen before. 6 if you include the ref. They brought in their own Foxy. Like, it was absolute.
But it was they're Japanese, so they have to be good.
Versus versus Team OTT. Again, a very random semblance of wrestlers. Terry Thatcher, Callum Black, Paddy M,
Hyperstreak.
Hyperstreak, who I was buzzing to see back, fucking up Hyperstreak.
Yeah.
And Paul Tracy again.
Watch it, damn kids. That's what I always think when Hyperstreak. That's what I think of Hyperstreak.
Yeah. I was just thinking of the podcast.
Yeah.
But I love this match. I thought it was funny just because of the sheer randomness of it. I loved how like all the Japanese lads, I'd never seen them before, but they all kind of stood out for their own unique reasons. They all had something that made them different. Like there's one lad that looked like a monk. There was one lad who looked like Kev from Fan Club. There was like all these like...
He's going to pop so much for that.
There was all these different like, you know, characters, and I just want them back. I just thought they were a laugh. I don't know. I know nothing about them. I'll probably never ever see them again. But I would like to because I just thought. I thought it was a really fun match. Well, the match of the night, by far, lads. Oh my fucking god. More Than Hype. I know we talk about More Than Hype a lot. This is kind of like the unofficial More Than Hype fan club podcast.
Yeah.
But like this match, it was their best ever match. It was like,
really?
Oh, this is like another level. It was More Than Hype against Alex Cuevas, am I pronouncing that right? Omari and the OJMO. So I knew who the OJMO was. I heard of Omari. Omari had loads of hype around him like a year ago.
Is it OJMO or Ojmo?
I think it's OJMO.
I think so too, but I thought Tony Kelly said Ojmo. Maybe I'm getting the two mixed up.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe he said OJMO and I thought it's not Ojmo.
That's probably what happened.
Yeah.
Well, Omari, someone who had like loads of hype around him a year ago, but I didn't hear of him in the last like year. I don't know what happened. Like the hype kind of died down a bit, and then Alex Cuevas, who I'd never heard of. So I wasn't really like going into this match. It's not like I wasn't expecting to be good. I just didn't really think of it going in. I wasn't really sort of, thinking about it basically. Oh my fucking god, this match. It was it was the match that everyone was talking about, and rightfully so. It was just ridiculous. And the please come back chant is fucking ruined because everyone chants it at every single fucking import that comes in. So there's no point in even chanting please come back anymore. It means nothing. But I genuinely do think that these three Cuevas, Omari and the OJMO should be OTT regulars 100%. 100%. They're like, I don't think any of them are signed, so I think it's kind of like the next crop, the next generation coming in. They're just so good. They are just so fucking good. I don't want to say too much about the match. Just watch it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
OTT app.
I've forgotten to write a couple of things down. So if I've forgotten something, sorry. Is it Giselle Shaw or Giselle Shaw? Giselle Shaw. She was really good. Then there's also a squash match. I love squash matches. The True Pros squashed the Angel Cruisers in I don't know how many seconds, but it was like Angel was like undoing his jacket, and he turned his back to face the crowd as he was like undoing his jacket, and then as the pin was happening, and then he turned around after the match had ended to stick his hand out for the tag, and it was already over. First of all, it was gas, right? But it was also kind of like, I just love unexpected squash matches. I think it's a great way to build up a fucking team. Like, regardless of whether I find, like, normally whenever there's a squash match, it's always like, that wasn't meant to happen. This match ran over. That match ran over. I don't care. I'm gonna pretend that that's not the case. I hope that's not the case. Whatever. Because it was just like, again, it's how you build up like the True Pros. I look at them as a legit fucking threat now. You know what I mean? Like the Angel Cruisers were challenging for the tag titles recently. You know what I mean? They're pretty high on the pecking order, even though they're like comedy and stuff. They're still pretty established. So to come in and just fucking wipe them out like that in like seconds, you know what I mean?
And also as well, if there's any team who can be fine with that, it's the Angel Cruisers. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, because it was funny, no one cares if they lost. It's just like, that fits.
Yeah, it's not like Devlin or Walter losing that time, you know what I mean? It's like they could come back at the next show and
win the tag belts, and nobody
be like, this is, whatever. The fucking anniversary announcements. Oh, lads. So basically, the next big show, 5th year anniversary. It's on in stadium, and they announced the whole card. Not the card, sorry, all the imports coming in, and you know my favorites, right? Fucking Tamatonga, first of all. Fucking Killer Cross, Eddie fucking Kingston. That's like,
it's for you.
But then even they've got Orange Cassidy as well.
He's a huge guy.
And that's a mad,
He's the draw, I'd say, for this one.
Yeah, like the Gorillas of Destiny are kind of like the way they kind of put it forward was that they were the big ones coming in, and that like they're the ones doing the meet and greet, and they're the ones that Orange Cassidy's the one that everyone wants to see.
Yeah.
Well, not me. I'm more of a like Tamatonga person myself, but like that's fucking cool, and I'm looking forward to the big show. Main event was pretty good. That's obviously Star and Scotty Davis. That's worth watching.
I loved as well because I watched it through VOD. I don't know. Did you had to have seen the opening video that set up the main event?
Yeah.
I loved that as well. I thought that was a very clever way to set up a main event. It was nice, added a bit to it. So yeah, I loved that too.
But now it's obviously time to talk about the part that you're all waiting for, right?
Yeah.
The Zach Gibson Open Challenge. Oh my fuck! Right, I'll just be honest with you. Oh my fucking god! Right. So Zach Gibson comes out and he's cutting a promo and he's like, Irish wrestling shit, parody of British wrestling, and he made a valid point. He was like, you talk about Irish wrestling being great, Irish wrestling being this and that, but if Jimmy Havoc came out right now, he's all cream yourselves. If Pete Dunne came out right now, he's all cream yourselves, and he's like, and it's kind of valid. So I remember last time or one time he did that in Tivoli where he's like, Irish wrestling, and who answered the open challenge? It was fucking Jimmy Havoc, and everyone went crazy, and that was literally like his point was validated, but nobody cared because we were all happy to see Jimmy Havoc. Yeah. But this time he's like, no, an Irish wrestler has to answer this, and I was like, right, no, that's cool, but I don't know if there's any Irish wrestler that'll pump me that much. Oh my god, when I say I screamed for this, me and Oren, and it was just. This was amazing. So earlier on the night, Valkyrie faced Giselle Shaw, and obviously the Woke Queens, everyone loves CT Flexer. He wasn't there because he nearly cost her down in Cork, so he wasn't allowed to come out. And I was raging. I thought he genuinely wasn't there. I was like, this is bollocks. And then later on, as soon as the music hit, I thought it was Valkyrie, and then Orange goes, CT Flexer, and I proper like. I just screamed. I was like, Sadie fucking Flexer. I love him the bits, right? He came out and okay, fine. He got the shit beaten out of him, but he came out and for a few, the crowd were going mad for him. It was cool to see CT Flexer, somebody who I've loved CT Flexer for so long now, and just to see him get that pop and get that moment, it was so fucking cool. And yeah, that. Okay, fine. I'll talk about the big return. It was a return that had me buzzing. I was literally smacking the apron. Nicola was crying. Fuck it, the big return. Sean Ryan at ringside with his fancy camera. I could not believe it. I thought he was gone and he was there filming the show. So good.
There, all
right, fine.
I'd like to believe you.
Fine. Okay, right. I'll go where you want to go. I don't want to go here, but I'll go here just because I feel like I have to, right? It's in my low blows contract. I have to acknowledge Katey's return, so we'll go there. Basically, the Woke Queens came in and tried to kick CT Flexer out of the Woke Queens, which you obviously can't do because he is the Woke Queen, so they kind of kicked themselves out. CT Flexer is now the Woke Queen. That's neither here nor there. My point is, they said something like, Valkyrie was like, I'm after beating everyone, we've after beating everyone, and then CT Flexer turns around and he's like, there's one person you haven't beat. And then the fucking music hit, and out came Katie Harvey, and I'll admit I may have smacked the apron several times. May have screamed on top of my lungs. And it looks like I'm screaming because Katie Harvey came back. It's not. It's because CT Flexer was there, and I was still really happy for him to have his moment. But I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't happy for Katie to be there as well. It was just a couple of.
There's a picture out there online. It's on Katie's Twitter if you want to check it out, and you can see Corporate Keen in the background, like, yeah.
Well, no, that's obviously Photoshop, lads. Don't ignore that. That's Photoshop. But she came out. And I mean, do you want to talk through this? Because I mean, it was your kind of thing.
All right, let's do it. Let's talk about the moment. Let's burn me. Let's talk about the moment. Let's talk about how it happened from your perspective. Tell us the story.
It's hard to tell from my perspective. Come back with CT.
I thought of that too. That's a little thing as well. You guys fill in the backstory for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. We started out together. We started training the same week, and I started out as his manager. So that was really cool that was my return, and he was there. I'm not gonna lie, shitting myself all week, absolutely bricking it all day. I was so paranoid that nobody would react.
That would have been so funny. That would have been the funniest shit. Just dead silence,
There was a point backstage where I was just pacing, and Darren Kearney was like, are you alright? And I was like, Darren, what if I come out and no one gives a shit? And like, I had a full blown like, what if no one cares? And he was like, Katey, you know who once said that? And I was like, who? And he goes, Triple H. And he goes, have you ever seen that thing where he thought no one would care? And you know what? They cared, Katey. We're like, this is me and Darren in the backstage.
Carney, locker room leader.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He's the Undertaker now. Next he's going to be in charge of Wrestlers Court. Like,
yeah,
Jesus.
just but you know what? He calmed me down. He's like, he just like finger gunned me and was like, you're Triple H tonight. But you know what? It was exactly what I needed. It was exactly what I needed.
Here, like, just to add some context to that, because obviously we've been having chats behind the scenes, and we're like, how would you like to come back, and this and that and the other. I want to add some context, because I remember you at one stage, and it's funny now that we know we're on the other side and we know. I remember you at one stage said, I might just like come back and like, you know, just be in a tag match with Mid-Card Mafia and something like that, because that'd be fun. And I'm like, Katey, like, you are selling yourself. Like, people will fucking care about this. Like, people are invested. Like, every time I said it to you, I'm like, every time, like, in Fight Factory, where you kind of like would just like kind of hold your fist up and be like, get away to Debbie or something like that, like the fan in me just went, yeah. You know what I mean? And like, now you know.
Yeah.
Like, that is one of the best moments in Irish wrestling this year. Like,
to be fair, I wasn't expecting that reaction.
Amazing.
Like, I really wasn't. And what made it even more special, this like a little backstage snippet, all the guys I train with and a lot of people on the show had come out to watch the return from the side. That was cool. When I finished talking, they all ran back into the backstage area. So when I came back to the curtain, they were all standing there clapping, waiting for me. I mean, like, the entire roster. Everyone I train with, all the rest of it. And, like, they were just lying up there clapping. I took one look at them and I burst into floods of tears. Like, I was fucking gone. It was, like, 8 months of, like, emotions.
Yeah.
And it all just came pouring out. And, like, I can't even remember who it was. They just like, all right. And I was like, honestly, I didn't think I'd come back. There was an actual stage where I didn't think I'd come back. And it was like, but now I am. Now it's real. Because even when I was saying like, oh yeah, I'll come back in September, you know, for the October show, there was still part of me being like, something's going to happen. You know, like there's going to be a speed bump. Like, and I'm very lucky, like, touch wood, everything went to my plan. Yeah, so that was just really, really emotional. And then like, LJ Cleary. So I don't know if I've ever told this on air before. He was one of the people who came to the hospital with me when this happened. He was there with me the next day, and he was there when the doctor told me I'd never wrestle again, which is a lot for, you know, a 19-year-old to handle, you know, because up until that point, I hadn't cried yet. I hadn't processed it. So they came in the next day, and I was in a wheelchair in the cast, and he was like, look, you're never going to wrestle again, and I need to tell you this now so you can start coming to terms with it. And like, I just burst it. Like, I broke down. I was in absolute bits. And he just came up to me and he sat beside me in the wheelchair. And he just was like, you know what? You will come back. And he just turns to me and goes, and you know what? You know what? Think of the pop. And that became like the unofficial catchphrase then for the last few months, where whenever I get frustrated or sad or down, like, him and the lads would just be like, yeah, but think of the pop. Like, so that was like the one thing that got me through, was like, just work for that one return moment, that pop, like. And yeah, like, look, I'm sounding soppy now, but honestly, I've had the best support system all the way through. Like, everyone I've encountered has been so good. And it was a special moment, the way it happened, and yeah, I just actually couldn't have thought of a better way.
That's it. When you thought of the pop, was it that?
It wasn't that pop. And you know what? I thought people would twig I was coming back. And then, like, when Joe proposed that we do it after the open challenge at CT, I was like, that's fucking genius. Because, like, Valkyrie cut that promo and people could have twigged, but then when nothing happened after the match, I was like, this is genius. Like, no one is going to expect this. And you know what the really cool thing was about that show? And I seen a few people tweeted, there was 2 women's matches on that show. And that open challenge set up a massive women's match at the stadium. Like, that's deadly.
Yeah.
Like, that shows proper forward thinking and planning now. And I'm just really, really happy that that's the way it's going. bricking myself. My first match back is at the stadium, but like
You couldn't be with anyone better as well, like, you know what I mean, like you and Valkyrie, every time you're in the ring it's just magic as well, like it's got the storyline, like it's got everything, like it's perfect. And like as well, like like I have to say, like Joe did you an absolute solid there, like just the way it was set up, like the sleight of hand was absolutely perfect, like it was a booking masterpiece as well, just having Gibson there and getting that heat, like he set it up so the crowd just needed that release on the other end of it, and like you thought you got it, like Keane explained it perfectly there, where you thought you got it with CT Flexor, but it's like, no, Gibson, like, he'll, like, because it's like a heel is like, will pull a catapult back, and then you want the babyface to come out and just release it with just as much force, and like, that's what Gibson, like, kind of gave you, and then, like, it's just, you coming back was just the one thing that could give the crowd that catharsis, like, the one thing big enough that, like, could actually give them that relief. It was just such a perfect moment, and, like, for as hard as you worked and seeing you behind the scenes, it's kind of seeing you week to week and seeing the struggle, and a lot of people have heard it, like, no one could have deserved it more than you, and I'm delighted to see you back, and I know you're going to absolutely kill it, and now, like, as a fan, I'm, like, so invested in all of this, but, like, personally, I'm just delighted for you as well. It was deserved, and nobody deserves it more, so congrats, and delighted for you.
Not to take away from the moment, but to go back to CT Flexor for a minute. Like, what you know what I actually loved about this, though, was the fact that, like, this was the perfect way to end the CC Flexor Woe Queen storyline. Him being in it. I had no idea how that was going to end. I didn't even think of it ending. I thought they were best friends forever. I was actually... I'm not even that upset that it's over because of how well it ended. The way it was like... He was the... I feel like there's a Game of Thrones comparison, but I can't think of it in my head. But, like, he's the catalyst. Like, this person that they took advantage of, you know what I mean? That, like, Demi was treating like shit. What?
Oh wait, I won't say it, and I think I just figured something out. Sorry.
Okay, that was weird. But he ended up being responsible for like their potential downfall. With Katey coming back, and who knows, maybe Katey could be the new women's champion, and therefore under the free bird rule, me too. So
I can't believe my big return, and that's what some people latched onto. That corporate Kane may, by default, become OTT women's champion.
You could be a double champion now.
Oh, can you bring out the Low Blows Pool tag title?
Keane, no, you need to bring it, and on the VOD, you just be standing with the belts in the background.
No, people talk about like OTT belts like coming down to Tokyo Dome, whatever. Like if Osprey wins, it's like the Low Blows people like that, like bringing the pool belts down.
I'm sorry, Joe. This is my one condition.
Amazing. He just go, you're off the card. Speaking of Katey Harvey coming back, you can see Katey Harvey make her Fight Factory return this Sunday in the Sheriff Youth Hall, because Fight Factory returns. Brand new home, brand new time slot, same old Fight Factory for episode 10 this Sunday. Hoping I get my voice back by then. Really praying. It's going to be awesome though. Great card. We're going to talk you through what you can expect to see. So in the main event, we will have the Irish Tag Team titles on the line. Like we said last week, finally giving Club Rock Shandy their shot against the Angel Cruisers. Sorry, I'm literally dying. You two guys are taking ass-low blows. Sorry. Club Rock Shandy against the Angel Cruisers. It's going to be awesome. Finally getting their shot. How are they preparing for this? Training with them? This is a big one for them, though.
Well, they're buying double the amount of Rock Shandy. I don't know if you've seen Marty's move of the week on Twitter. So he's preparing really hard. Like he's got a whole new arsenal of moves. I'm not sure how effective they'll be against something that's not a mobile phone. But sure, we're going to see.
Keane, who have you got in this match? Club Rock Shandy been fighting for a while. They laugh, they joke, they take the piss, but they're serious wrestlers when they come down to it.
Yeah, they laugh, take the piss, but they're fucking vicious. Yeah. Like they're mean when they need to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if they walked out as tag team champions, but I just feel the Angel Cruisers have they've always got something up their sleeve, you know what I mean? And like, we saw what happened to them against True Pros. I feel like that could have been a wake-up call, do you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I'm very, very reluctantly going with the Cruisers, but you just don't know.
Winner gets a shot at it all. It is a three-way, it is a 9-man tag. How are we going? This three-way, 3-man tag.
I've been called the triple trios.
Triple trios. That makes more sense. That's way more catchy. Justy, you would have thought I booked it. Like, I should probably know better. Justy and the O3 versus Morton Hype versus Mid Card Mafia. Winning team gets a shot at both the Irish Tag Team titles and the Irish Junior Heavyweight title. So, who have we got?
I don't know. Like, my heart says the Mid Card Mafia. But then Dom Tuck won't let me audition for Tough Enough, so that's a strike against them, to be fair. I don't know, like, I think it'd be deadly if the O3 and Justy did it. Like, do you know Justy's never had a singles title ever in his entire career?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, he never shuts up about it.
That's why we want to bring in.
Has he mentioned that before?
Was it 7-11? Or what's the title he wants to bring in?
The 95 title.
95 title, sorry, that's it. So yeah, I mean, you should bring that in though. I'm just saying, but yeah. So it's a tough one to predict. I'm gonna say, as much as I love the Mid-Card Mafia, I love them to bits, and I would love to see them win it. I don't think they will. I just don't see them beating More Than Hype right now. More Than Hype are just on another level, and Justy and the O3 are a threat, but how long have they been teaming? You know what I mean? The chemistry, you know.
They've teamed twice.
Yeah, but More Than Hype have teamed, you know, how many times?
Twice.
More than twice.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to go with the More Than Hype. I feel like they're the More Than Hype. That sounded really weird. I'm going to go with More Than
Hype.
Yeah, I sound like a man. The More Than Hype. They are the favourites. That doesn't mean that Justy and the O3 can't steal it, or even the Mid-Card Mafia. Fuck, I'm not going to write them off, but I feel like More Than Hype are the favourites. I'm going to go with them.
Michael May takes on Hyperstreak. We have an Own Your Destiny presentation. Katey Harvey comes back. It is all on Sunday in the Sheriff Youth Hall on Sunday afternoon. Doors on. Oh, my fucking voice.
You can do this. Come on.
Doors open 3:30 at 4 p.m. bell time. And also, guys, on Sunday night, Night of Champions, Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman, they're going to be defending the tag titles as well. Becky against Sasha, Bayley against Charlotte, Kofi against Orton, the King of the Ring final, Baron Corbin against Chad Gable, AJ Styles against Cedric Alexander, Reigns against Rowan Keane is going to be on the edge of his bed for that, and much more. Get onto Facebook for our prediction league. Guys, I'm going to die. We need to go. Slow Blows featuring Cobra Keane and Katey Harvey, and probably not me. In the meantime, we'll be back on Friday. Check out Justy on Hot Dog Time Machine as well. The complete opposite of the Raven Creek podcast. Absolute bollocks, but hilarious. I'm so sorry I sound like shit, guys. Until then, Katey Harvey, congratulations on coming back. Cobra Keane, one of my favourite YouTube videos this week. It's one of my faves.
Thank you. Yeah, I stood up for WWE. That's it's basically a campaign they had a few years ago where they wanted people to stand up for WWE. It was really good. Yeah, and by the way, if you're worried about Rick sounding like shit in Slow Blows, don't worry. Slow Blows, it comes out a few days later, so it'll be fine by then, I imagine. So nothing to worry about. And yeah, but yeah, watch the videos. Thanks.
I won't be back for Slow Blows, I guess, but the guys will. So until then, for Katey Harvey, for Cobra Keane, for Rick Nash, welcome back, Katey. Long deserved. We cannot wait. We'll be following it week after week. But until next week, that's the bottom line. Because Slow Blow said so.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't understand a word of that, like.